Welcome back to the No Regret Show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show you the real world. This video was filmed June 18th, recently, and just 5 years ago, everybody wanted to build generational wealth. Everybody was on track. 5 years later, real world events have caused people to start taking from their 401ks. Like I said, I'm Larry of the No Regret Show. I've been trying to help people build real wealth because it happens in fads. People will be on track, and then, you know what? Tough times will hit. They don't put any money aside. They live above their means, and this is the real world. Let's get it.
Is it generally frowned upon to withdraw early from your 401k?
Generally speaking, it is. A recent report by the Wall Street Journal finds a record number of 401k holders took early withdrawals last year, with more than a third citing foreclosure or eviction as the reason for tapping into those funds.
I think
Now, just remember, people went out and bought homes at higher prices. They were renovating at higher prices. They were buying cars at higher prices. It's a snowball effect. This just doesn't happen. Inflation is hitting people. This is, that last video where I was saying, listen, pay off your debts first before you start investing. Because if you don't pay off your debts before you start investing, now you run into problems where you got to start liquidating from your 401ks. You remember in the past video, if you didn't see it, I said, don't take from your Roth, don't take from your 401k, liquidate your stocks that you're up or whatever you have. Those brokerage institutions, leave your 401k and your Roth alone, because what will happen now these people have to pay penalties on top of early withdrawal penalties.
We're seeing it mainly because we're still dealing with the effects of inflation over the past several years. And now the current economic environment also includes a lot of uncertainty.
Whatever your reason, financial advisor and coach Maureen Bailey recommends crunching the numbers first and looking at them.
A real financial advisor. This is not financial advice. She's a real financial advisor. You're going to hear how differently she talks than these other YouTube social media gurus with the quick plays. Let's listen to how a real financial advisor speaks on finances and debt.
Math very closely.
Make sure that the cash that you eventually get after the penalties and taxes are going to be what you actually need.
Haley says withdrawing 401k funds early means withdrawing before the age of 59 and a half, which is the minimum age to withdraw to avoid paying penalties and additional tax liabilities. Keep in mind, penalties can...
See why I said don't touch your 401ks? Because you're going to get hit with penalties, early withdrawal. I said sell all that stuff you're up. Microsoft, Palantir, whatever you're up. Index funds, get rid of that. Because the only thing you got to worry about is capital gains. You're not going to get hit with early withdrawals. But let's listen to the financial advisor.
And be as much as 20%.
Some people might be needing fast cash now that they don't want to go out and get a loan for. Maybe they don't qualify for a loan to get that cash, but they do have it in their 401k. But it's always important to remember it comes with penalties.
Know your numbers and have a plan for how you'll use that cash. Paley says withdrawing from your 401k might make financial sense if you're using that money to pay down high-interest debt you're struggling to pay off.
Didn't I just make a video on that? I said, pay off that debt. Pay off the debt. You want to keep the roof over your head and you want to keep transportation to go to work. But I also said, don't use your 401k. Use all that money. You can always rebuild your brokerage institution. Okay, you can always rebuild that. Once you pay off that debt, you'll be surprised at how much money you can get into your brokerage institutions.
It very carefully, and also come up with a plan to get back into investments in a
What do we say? A goal without a plan is just a wish.
Other way, maybe in a separate account in a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, where you can get back in to that opportunity of building those investments over time.
Bailey says when you take money out early from your 401k, you're potentially giving up opportunities to build future capital with your investments, meaning that money you took out is no longer growing in your 401k.
If you're somebody who has plenty of time to make it up, this might be a reasonable option for you.
But if you're older or closer to retirement age, Paley suggests you calculate the dollar amount you need monthly and yearly when you retire.
And understand, if I make this withdrawal now, how many more years do I have to keep working and contributing to still get to that same dollar amount?
Paley also suggests thinking about other ways to come up with the cash. Do you qualify for a loan at a reasonable interest rate?
Now, here's the thing. I don't recommend taking out any more money because you've taken out money that you can't pay back. I've always said pay off the debts you have. Once you pay off the debts you already have, psychologically you will feel better. And when you pay that off, you will remember the stress you had when you were in debt. Don't rob from your future self for quick riches now, and don't fall for the get rich quick scams because you're desperate. They key in on people who are past due on their bills and the people who've fallen behind and they're about to get evicted. Those are the people the grifters and the scammers key in on. I've been here from day one trying to teach people how to do it the right way. When you do it the right way, you're building real generational wealth. No regrets. Get it.